Putin Bad News Putin's henchmen, in other words. The Russian ambassador to Germany celebrated the Soviet Union's World War II victory with a party in early May. Many dignitaries were in attendance at the embassy, a Stalinist behemoth that takes up more space in Germany than the nearby parliament building. 86-year-old Egon Krenz, the last boss of Communist East Germany, mingled with Gerhard Schroeder, Chancellor of Germany from 1998 to 2005, and, more recently, a lobbyist for Russian energy firms, under the chandeliers. Co-leader of the far-right Alternative for Germany, AfD party Tino Kruppala wore a tie with the Russian flag's colors. The event was met with mild derision in the German press but otherwise received scant coverage. After 17 months of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the general public here and across Europe sees Russia as an aggressor to be avoided and Ukraine as a victim in need of support. No matter how significant they were in the past, various channels of Russian influence are now much weaker. For example, Mr. Schroeder presided over the board of directors for the defunct Nord Stream pipelines that fed Germany's addiction to Russian natural gas. In the summer of 2017, unknown saboteurs blew up the pipes after Russia had shut them down. The former chancellor has been barred from using government-provided office space, excluded from social events hosted by his Social Democratic Party, though he remains a member of the party, and removed as a club member. For Mr. Kruppala, it wasn't just the German tabloids that were annoyed by the AfD leader's cozy relationship with Russia. Messages that were leaked showed that even members of his own party were shocked. The oil output of Russia and Saudi Arabia will remain low throughout the summer, they said. Russia's oil output will drop by 500,000 barrels per day beginning in August. The Saudi Arabian quota of 1.4 million barrels will be extended. The two countries met last month and recommitted to their goal of raising crude prices. Crude prices have been creeping higher as energy markets brace for tighter supply in light of Russia and Saudi Arabia's pledge to extend their oil production cuts through the summer. On Monday, Russian Deputy Prime Minister Alexander Novak announced that, beginning in August, Russia would reduce its oil production by 500,000 barrels per day. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia, which cut production by 1 million barrels per day in July, announced that it would keep that level of reduction in place throughout August. As markets evaluated the supply outlook on Monday, oil prices inched higher. The price of a barrel of Brent crude, used as a benchmark across the globe, increased by 1%, reaching $76.03. For months, Saudi Arabia has been trying to raise crude prices, with the country's energy minister claiming that distortions in the market have kept prices artificially low. In order to tighten supply and drive up prices, OPEC+, of which Saudi Arabia is the de facto leader, slashed crude output aggressively throughout last year, and Saudi Arabia began its own voluntary production cuts this summer. The country has also voiced its displeasure with Russia, which has been able to maintain its energy revenue despite Western sanctions thanks to the sale of massive quantities of cheap crude to customers in Asia. According to a Wall Street Journal article from May, Saudi officials accused Russia of breaking its word on OPEC+ production cuts. As a result, oil prices dropped below $81 per barrel, which is below the critical break-even level required to fund significant portions of Saudi Arabia's economy. Recently, however, both countries have reaffirmed their commitment to raising oil prices jointly. Novak pledged at a meeting in June that Russia would honor the 1.4 million barrel a day cut imposed on OPEC+ members in April. According to Novak, Russia plans to maintain these production cuts until the year 2024,